The Commanders win in miraculous fashion in Week 8, where just when all hope was lost, it looked like the Commanders, after not being able to finish drives and get into the end zone all game long, giving up 15 second-half points to the Bears, including a crucial touchdown in the final moments to take a loss, essentially. The Bears were dapping themselves up. They were feeling good about potentially going to 5-2 on the year. Well, how the turntables go here, because the Washington Commanders execute a perfect Hail Mary in a miracle in Maryland. Final score 18-15. Welcome into the Commanders Report Recap. I'm your host, Jack Sperry. We're going to be breaking down my game balls, injury updates, and also my takeaways throughout the course of today's show. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we got in-depth Commanders coverage all throughout this season. A 6-2 start. Things are definitely looking up for this Washington Commanders franchise. The trade deadline is in a couple of weeks here, so make sure you click that subscribe button for our extensive coverage every single day for free of this football team. So let's start with the injury update here on Cornelius Lucas. We don't really have much in terms of what we know at the time of me filming this video. He did leave relatively early. I believe it was with an ankle injury. And, Brandon Coleman was already out in this one. So you had Trent Scott out there as the backup left tackle. And, I thought that this offensive line in general didn't do a fantastic job. There was moments where they gave Jayden plenty of time, but there was also moments where they gave up quick pressure. I thought in the second half they degraded quite heavily, especially in the run game and the run blocking. The run game didn't really get going in the second half. But when you have both of your top two left tackles out with injury, it's definitely difficult to get things going, especially against a defense like Chicago. So let's get to my game balls here. And my first one goes to Jayden Daniels because, man, to play with the injury that he was dealing with, bruised ribs, whatever the case is with him, it's extremely painful, okay? And not only was he a pocket passer today, over 326 yards passing, along with a touchdown at the end, of course. Of course, this includes the Hail Mary yardage. But overall, I thought Jayden played a pretty darn good game. He bailed this offense out in certain circumstances with his legs like he has all season long. I thought that there was drops that he had to deal with today. I thought there was penalties that he had to deal with today. And there's just a lot to overcome. And at the end of the day, Jayden Daniels did what he had to do to win the football game. And that's definitely worth commending. And I think it's worth giving him the first game ball today. Another game ball goes to Jer'Zhan Newton, who had his first career sack. He was the one that recovered the fumble at the goal line when the Chicago Bears tried handing it off to their fridge player, the backup center. So Jer'Zhan made some big plays as a run defender too. Like, it's just seeing a player like this, okay, come in here. And by the way, it's I believe it's with the H in front of the A for Jer'Zhan there, Joey, just for future reference. But he had 3 QB hits, a tackle for loss, fumble recovery, and, of course, that first sack. For somebody to come in and step up the way that he has after Jonathan Allen's pectoral tear, this is just such a big player for this Commanders defense this year. And today he definitely looked the part because of that first career sack. I'm giving him the second game ball today. Third game ball goes to Bobby Wagner because he was such an impact on the defense today. I'm talking as a blitzer. I'm talking as a run defender, making big plays, big tackles in open space, getting after Caleb Williams. He was the all-pro that the Commanders brought him in to be today, man. 7 tackles. He had a QB hit as well. He was such a good player for the Washington Commanders on defense today, and he just showed his leadership and his ability to captain this defense this year, especially as a run defender and as a blitzer. He is such a weapon in those two departments for the Washington Commanders, and I love that Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. are using him in the proper ways. Then we get to Noah Brown, who, of course, caught the Hail Mary. He deserves to keep that game ball for sure. And, Noah had an up-and-down day. You look at the stat line, he has 73 yards, and it's like, yay, 73 yards, right? It's quite a bit yards per reception, but pretty much all of that is on the Hail Mary. And, he had a couple drops today. It wasn't Noah Brown's best day in the world, but, the fact that he caps it off with that miraculous touchdown catch, you got to give him a game ball, man. So I want to know, for today's pinned comment, what is your one-word reaction to today's game. I mean, for me, my one-word reaction has got to be miracle. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. In just a second, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today at Prize Picks. And while I'm talking about Prize Picks, let me know what your one-word reaction was. And with that, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Prize Picks, which is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports, all on your phone. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And Prize Picks puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. And if you guys sign up today, you guys can get $50 instantly when you just play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, which is an awesome promotion every Tuesday on Prize Picks, where they discount select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups on Tuesdays. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports knowledge into real money all season long on Prize Picks. You take a look here at my Prize Picks projection. We hit here, and Joey, did we hit here? We did. We made some money today on the Commanders report. Absolutely awesome, man. So if you guys want to get your projections in for Sunday Night Football tonight, if this video's out by Sunday Night Football, or even Monday Night Football tomorrow, again with the Steelers and Giants playing, download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. So now we're on to the takeaways here. First one is that Jayden Daniels, you can never, ever, ever question this guy's toughness. All right, this guy, after every single drive, had to put like a heat pack or an ice pack on his ribs because he was struggling out there, man. Like you could tell that he was playing with discomfort with his ribs today. There's a bunch of times where the Bears purposefully went for his ribs in this football game to make him more uncomfortable. And despite that, man, I thought that he was the best part of the Commanders' offense today. Now, he was dealing with drops. He was dealing with penalties. He was dealing with some lack of, a good play calling from Cliff Kingsbury from time to time, especially in the red zone, in my opinion. But he overcame a lot of that today, and he converted on third down quite a bit. And, he used his legs a lot to make this offense as good as it was for what it's worth. Now, he needs to do a better job of helping this team get into the red zone, obviously. But, for him to play this week against that defense, after really not practicing all week except for limited capacity on Friday, it's a testament to him, his toughness, his mental character, and one of the reasons why I'm so proud to call him this team's franchise quarterback. Number two takeaway from this week is that the offense, I think, is going to be fine. All right, now this is the second week this year where the offense just wasn't finishing drives and they were shooting themselves in the foot. It was like that in the Giants game, and it was like that in this game, and it nearly cost them the football game, right? So at the end of the day, I think that the Commanders have shown through a plurality of games this year that they can finish drives in the end zone. All right, I think Jayden Daniels is a special talent. I think that, outside of playing teams like the Bears who have a great defense, and then, I just don't see the Commanders shooting themselves in the foot as many times as they have in future games. I think this was a bad game, but I don't think it's going to be indicative of what we can expect from the Commanders' offense moving forward. I expect them to be back to normal next week. Then for the defense, man, this is a game where they really needed to step up with the offense not finishing drives, stagnating in the second half. And kudos to this unit, man. Caleb Williams didn't have his best day by any stretch of the imagination, but this front seven came to play. In this week's preview, I said one of the keys to victory was to win the line of scrimmage on defense. They did that and then some in this game. DeAndre Swift did get going a little bit in the second half, but I thought that the run defense for the most part was very good. I thought they won the line of scrimmage consistently all throughout this game, and they put pressure on Caleb Williams consistently, which affected his accuracy quite a bit in this one. So kudos to the defense. The secondary held up fine. Still think they need another piece in that group. They need to target like a J.C. Horn or a Marshawn Lattimore before the deadline. But overall, this defense has been playing much better these past 2 weeks. Just generally speaking here, man, this is a 6-2 start for a team that started that in the spring was drafting number 2 overall. All right, I was warning people, temper your expectations on this team because it's so rare for a team to turn it around with a first-year head coach and a rookie quarterback the way that the Commanders have. But here we are, man. The offensive line is exceeding my expectations. The defense, especially the secondary, and also the pass rush, by the way, is exceeding my expectations. I think right now Dan Quinn is the NFL Coach of the Year for getting this team to a 6-2 start. So you be the judge. Let me know down there in the comment section. Before I reveal my final takeaway for today's game, give me a grade for today's performance against the Bears, A, B, C, D, or F. For me personally, guys, I think I got to probably give it a C just because you probably should have lost this football game. But, by the grace of God, kind of, man, like if you were able to pull it out, that's a great thing. It shows mental fortitude and, maybe the ball bounced your way a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's still a win, and it still counts the same as a 40-point blowout. Now, the final takeaway here is that this is a miracle in Maryland, man. This is the moment that could define this Commanders season. I mean, you don't play your best game the entire game, and, the ball gets tipped right into the lap of Noah Brown, and really a perfectly executed Hail Mary. And, was there some luck involved there? Absolutely, but there's also a level of execution that goes into that. This is how teams want it to go. They have kind of that player in the back where if it is tipped, to be ready to catch it. And, I thought that it was well executed by the Washington Commanders. And, the answer or the prayers of the Commanders community here was answered with that touchdown. Now, obviously, this isn't the most encouraging game in the world with the offense not scoring in the red zone and all the stupid penalties, bringing big plays back. And, Jayden, maybe wasn't the Jayden Daniels we've seen from him when he's fully healthy. But Jayden's eventually going to get more healthy. He's going to get more healthy as the weeks go on. Like I said earlier, I think the offense should be fine. I think this defense is turning over a really great new leaf. I think that Mike Sainristil is really holding up nicely on the outside now, and the pass rush is really going with Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. getting creative in how they're creating pressure. So, was this a miracle? Absolutely, but I still think that doesn't take anything away about this Washington Commanders team and what they've been able to do for this really, really fast start to the 2024 campaign. Some final thoughts here, guys. I think that the Commanders are a team that is certainly the best team in the NFC East right now. I will say, as we go down the stretch, they're going to be facing some tougher teams. All right, you're going to be playing teams like Pittsburgh, who has a great pass rush. You're going to be playing teams like the Eagles twice. And, of course, the games against the Cowboys are always tough, right? And, there's going to be more tests along the way this season. But personally, guys, I think that the Commanders are going to do a great job this year. I think that, for most weeks, you're not going to expect the Commanders to make as many mistakes as they did today, and they still came away with the victory. So I love the resiliency of this group. Can't wait to cover the rest of this season with you guys. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Until next time, go raise some hail.